if there's any more people out there, but when you start working on your relationship with God, you start learning about how many times you abandoned yourself. And that one is insane, because that one is, I abandoned myself in so many situations, so many times. And little did I know that the fear signal was just constantly trying to tell me, this is the moment you're abandoning yourself. This is the moment you're not providing for your own safety too. No, right? And who's there to blame for? Like, I didn't have the right tools to understand that I could go to God and provide for myself in every second. And now I'm like, shit, man. I abandoned myself in so much scenarios, and I need to prioritize more that safe space and that space that I have with myself that's so sacred and so holy, and it's not something I can just give out. Like, here, take a piece of Rosa, take another piece of Rosa. So I hope there are people out there, when you start working on your relationship with God and you actually feel like there is someone, a holy Father, that loves you in a way that you deserve his love every second and you deserve his care every second. I'm slowly starting to understand why I feel so, why I have this burnout, like why I am facing the symptoms of a burnout, and why I'm feeling so afraid of the world and feeling so afraid of connection, and seeing this paradox where I don't really feel satisfied or seen. I'm like, yeah, it's not that I have abandoned myself so many times by allowing other things to happen, like allowing people to come into my space and allowing things that are actually, in the first place, my body already says no. In the first place, my gut already says like, nah. But yeah, imagine how much self-love you need to be able to say, I'm not gonna allow this, and my boundaries, my self-respect, my self-worth, and all of those things is more important than the following scenarios where you get triggered, or you feel like, I'm already in this connection, I've already abandoned myself, I'm already in this connection, and it's so much that I don't even know where to begin. But I'm glad I'm doing this work now. It's like, if you study emotions, you learn a lot about, like, the emotion group fear, for example, is telling you that. So imagine, for example, the emotion group fear tells you that the thing that you are externalizing wants to be internalized. So every time my child felt like it needs to go, like, I need you, it was, I need me and I need God, and I need me and I need God. And those signals have been ignored for so long that I've been training myself that every time there's fear and I need safety, it's outside of myself. But actually, that pure safety is within. And oh my gosh, the amount of deconstructing I had to do to be able to feel that simplistic feeling. I don't know what happened to me in all those years being here, but that's quite some work. And I actually love it, because, oh my gosh, how lovely is it to wake up every day and to realize that you can love yourself even more and even more. It's not that I'm working on myself because it's another, you got work to do, lady. No, it's like, finally the woman takes care of herself. Finally the woman sees herself as her full-time job, her full-time education. And yeah, we live in a world with so much distractions and shit. We live in a world with so much. There's so much going on. So to be able to make that jump, to love yourself like that, it's pretty cool. And yeah, I need my beliefs for that. I need you know me for that. She's everywhere I go. So yeah, that's wonderful. Healing is not about changing in my experience, who you are. It's about realizing that you want to love yourself even more. You want to love yourself even more, that you walk away from the things that you feel like are not serving you anymore. It's the holy no. And then the holy yes comes. But you're the only one that is in charge and also is living those patterns where you're like on repeat abandoning your own presence. Because yes, we're that pure. At least is how I'm experiencing myself, is yes, I am that pure. I am that pure in presence. And I feel like I love myself and I'm pure, that I want to protect that little safey, homey, spacey that I'm building now for myself. And even though I had so many manifestations that hold so much love, it's quite a challenge to learn that without who were you beyond all of those dependencies? Who was that soul, that individual that was not dependent of all that addiction, distraction, identity, and that go energy? Who was that individual before all of that happened? And I'm slowly more starting to understand that my emotions are actually guiding me back to that Rosa, to that untouched energy that was not always the caregiver of people, or like the structures that I've built into. And I think this happened when I started going to high school. And it's fascinating to kind of like, and it's not even like as spiritual as it seems, that we have to kind of like release ourselves from our karmic wounds. But no, for me it's like, look at my timeline. There was a really wild little girl inside of me from when I was 0 to 11. I was the wildest child. I would climb trees. I was very social. I loved being with people. I loved playing. I loved animals. I was very energetic. I didn't get cared a lot. I was very compassionate as a child, but I was also very outspoken. Like, I was very expressive. And I felt like I wanted always have thousands of friends to play with, and I was very much inspired by all those people as well. But then when I grew older into high school, I saw like, okay, now there's a shift in that character, in that quality. So we have our qualities, we have our birthmark, our birthplace, we're our children from God or from whatever you believe in. And we have that free flow in our qualities. And then sometimes those qualities, they turn their back on you. It's still you, but the qualities that you had are now the ones that are hurting you. So for me, it's overcompensating, or yeah, I'm not protecting my space, and I let other people take my precious, I don't know, innocence, you know. So now I'm learning that spirituality for me is not about renewing, but it's about refining your root and your core and the thing that you had as a child. And I feel like that's such a safe gateway into healing, because it's already there. You're just blowing off the dust and kind of like, okay, I only have to see that those qualities do not have to hurt me, because those qualities and that character, like even the butterflies, they have beautiful character. That character, that little character inside of me was not created to hurt. It was not created to hurt me or to hurt one another. And then from an unregulated state, it started hurting me and others. So what are those signals, those emotions of fear or insecurity telling me about me returning back into my qualities without them being destructive? And that's the power of my emotional awareness and my open dialogue with the heart that I also had as a child. It was very intense, but I'm blessed that I had that open relationship with my heart as a child, because that could make me constantly kind of balance me. It could balance me back into that body where I was connected and in a free flow and in protection of my authenticity. And now I'm learning about that. Yeah, these emotions are telling me about a big chapter in my life, that I abandoned myself. But I'm really grateful actually to go through the essence of the signals of the emotions, not because I want to create this spiritual extreme in like, now I'm wounded and now I'm blissful or hurt, or now I'm healed, I'm happy. But it's more that I'm grateful that I can understand these emotions so that I can regulate in the now, so I can be more true to myself, to my qualities, and to the things that I love to do in this world. And I think being a rose, when you study your own emotions, it's very safe in a way to study your inner child and to study why your emotions are guiding you back to that quality. Is because you re-explore that you were here to create from safety and fun and joy, and that it doesn't matter where you are, that you carry yourself inside of your heart and you carry that openness inside of your heart. It does only require some work to stay true to that open dialogue with your own heart and to stay true to your self-worth, and that you're quite worthy of a lot, because every second of the day you deserve that kind of guidance that you were back then having, because you were still in an open relationship with your emotions, you were still held by your parents, and now you have to kind of like, for me, I have to remember that dialogue with my heart, and I have to be my own parent. I have to see that I am the only one that can provide for me in the detailed, specific way that I need. And that's so specific because we're all so authentically built and authentically made. We're all such beautiful, authentic people that only you know what you need. And in puberty, let me say, I could not provide that for myself. So the first thing you're gonna do is hold on to external things like men, like boyfriends, and so much external. And it's not there to it's not that pattern was there to bully you or to sabotage you. You just didn't know any better how you could provide for you. And that every emotion is there to really take very seriously, because that's how worthy you are. That's how worthy your heart is. Imagine. Don't mean that I'm sometimes like, holy shit, it's so stupid that I got so far removed from myself and I can fight all the things that I do not like about this process. But for now, when I wake up and I'm like, okay, another day where I can refine my own safety and refine my own control in life, I would want to fight for myself in that sense, my inner child. I would want to fight for that. Even though if I have to see a lot of dynamics and things that are not making any sense to me, mirrors after mirrors, I would do that for my little girl.